Where are you now?
I'm, it, I can see a crane or some scaffolding in front of me. There's a ship anchored up until that metal structure.
You see a crane and some scaffolding and a ship. What type of
Yeah,
ship?
it's a boomerang-shaped ship uh, with a ram stripe in the middle. There is light going forward and backwards in different color all the time. It's boomerang. It seems very solid and metallic.
So you said there's a ramp that's going into this boomerang
It,
shaped ship?
yeah, you have to climb this scaffold thing, and there is a ramp, almost like a ferry in a dock, and they're pulling out some ramp for the cars and the people to go on and off.
And you say there's a light that's traversing the ramp in the middle
Yes, it is.
and it's going back and forth like a.
Yeah, from left to right, from right to left, all over, and it's big, it's huge, it's really huge. You could really get some car in there if you want to. It's
Oh,
almost like I feel the sensation of some kind of ferry.
so the people can actually go onto this ship and then it's going to take them to point A, B, or C. Is that correct?
That is the feeling I get. Yes,
Very good. And what are you standing on?
I'm standing on the ground in front of all this, and I look around and I can see buildings and but it's really strange buildings. It's almost like there are no buildings taller than 2 stories, and there are structure all over the place. It's like a busy harbor, almost like a harbor.
And look down. What is what you're standing on? You say the ground, but what is it made of? Is it grass
Now I think it's concrete or yeah,
or asphalt? Is it what color? Is it black or is it?
it's gray.
Okay, very good. And what are you wearing?
I'm wearing some kind of overall, uh, a dark blue overall from covering all my body, and I got some shoes that that kind of shoes workers has with steel on over the toes, you know.
No, understood.
So, so I think I'm some kind of maintenance man or something.
And what about your hands? Do you have gloves on or?
No, not now. Oh, I have those 3 fingers again. When I look at my hands.
What color is your skin?
Little bit grayish, not little more dark gray. Yeah.
Very interesting. And just go ahead with your hands and feel your head and your the structure and describe what you can just by feeling first.
I can feel I have those big almond-shaped eyes, not huge but bigger, and they're slanted. And I have no hair at all on my head. I have a couple of small ears, and I have a rather normal nose. Wait, I have a surface I can look at myself.
Very good. I was going to say, turn and look at your reflection.
Yeah, there's a lot of metal all around me shining.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see I've been manifested in this body before. Yeah, I'm extraterrestrial. That's all I can say. I'm not looking really human except for the body shape that I have, 2 arms, 2 legs, and all that feature. But it's very different from the human.
Oh, very good. And
And I have no hair in my face, no eyebrow or anything.
is it the same that you were when you were sort of blue, or this is a different entity?
No, this is different.
Okay.
I don't have that big skull or head, not that shape. It's my head is more almost round and not so big, and all features in my face are very thin and narrow. My nose is almost like on a human, but a little bit smaller. I have a narrow mouth, not that wide, and
How tall do you think you are?
I think somewhere between 5 or 6 feet.
Oh, okay, an average human size. And if you
Yeah.
just look, what do you have with you? I know you have on the dark blue overalls. Are you any other type of equipment or anything there in the vicinity with you?
Yeah, I have a belt around my waist with, it's not tools, it's more like digital gadgets to measuring, it's some kind of meters or different shape and forms, a couple of them, attached to this belt I'm wearing.
Excellent. Is there anyone else there with you and right there in your close vicinity? Any
It's
others?
a lot going on, like this. I think this ship is going to take off and they are going to transport a lot of things. And I see big trucks, not ordinary trucks because they are hovering. They put a lot of things into the cargo space in that ship in big, some kind of container, but they are very shiny containers, not like ordinary container, you know. Yeah,
How are they
it's
shaped?
a oval shape. So I think they are adjusted to fit the cargo inside because
Understood. I sort of saw that in my mind's eye. I didn't. Very good. And
yes,
are they
you
going? The cargo is it being uh, transported in the exact same place as where the ramp is, or
know it's a different ramp out of the outer edge of this, if you can call it a wing. It's the whole ship is shaped like a boomerang or a big wing.
understood?
So in the end of the outer edge of the wing, there are the cargo going in, and the ramp is more for it is people and some small crafts or something. I don't see really so good from here what they are, but it seems like small crafts to use for different purposes.
So you can see people actually loading aboard, or
Yes, there's a lot of thing going on.
okay, very good. Now, what's really interesting is you say there's a scaffolding and then there's a ramp because the whole ship itself is obviously hovering or something. But and you say you have to climb the scaffolding. That to me, when I see climbing it, I'm seeing something
It's
sort of
more
awkward.
like a transport. It's like a conveyance belt.
Okay,
You can stand on. It's like a. It's not stairs on there, but it's almost like this automatic stairs. You know.
yes,
We,
understood.
yeah. So, but that is huge. Also, it's very big. But the cargo is coming up another ramp, and this scaffold is because the ship is rather far away from the ground. It's standing on some kind of. It's just one big pod in the middle. It's almost like it standing on that pod.
Like a land,
That,
it's on a landing dock.
yeah, something like that. There is no landing legs out of there. It's just a big structure in the middle holding the ship up.
And that's what I mean. Yes, so
Yes,
perfect.
and and yes, they yeah. And I know that I'm going to fix something on this ship now. there's something that's wrong with the propulsion.
Oh, so you're a mechanic of sorts then.
Yeah, yes, I'm the technician.
Excellent. And before you go on, I actually want to see whatever it is that you do. I want you to look up into the sky. And what does the sky look like there?
It's it's black, total black. It's not like you have this blue atmosphere. It's black and you can see a lot of stars up there, but it's light here, so it's not light. And it's not lit by any artificial light, so it's daylight coming in from some sun or some place.
Can
And
you can't see the source of where the light is coming from?
yeah, I can see the light is coming from behind me, from, oh, that is, it's just like a big other
Dome.
planet or something.
Is or I'm sorry, is are you under a dome of some sort?
Yeah, it can be.
Well, go ahead and describe what you said, what looked like
Yeah,
behind you.
when I look behind me, the light is so bright, so it should be coming from uh, a, a sun or a star or something. But at the same time, I can see the black sky, and the light is beaming in. It's almost like it's coming from a neighboring bigger planet. But I can't really see because the light is scattering. Yeah, it's a big dome. I can see that now because it's reflecting off a lot of this light also uh, back to the source almost.
I saw a dome in my mind's eye as you were
Yes,
as you were
it's a big dome. It's really big, like like a big city or something like that.
exactly interesting. So, oh, I don't know which direction to go. Let's go to where you're going to work on the ship, and just be
Yeah.
there in a count of five, four, three, halfway there, two, almost there, and one. Where are you
Yes.
now?
I'm I'm standing beside this pillar in the middle, and I'm getting aboard some kind of sky lift, but it's hovering. It's not mechanical. It's hovering up, and there is a hatch above me that I'm supposed to go into on the underside of this big ship.
Okay.
So, but it's a round hatch, not a square hatch. It's a round hatch, and I open that, and now I'm picking up one of these instruments, and I'm going in, and as soon as I step in, the light goes on, and the light's coming from the walls in this area,
So
not
the
from the.
hover thing takes you all the way up. The
Yes,
hatch opens, or you open the hatch.
I opened the hatch, not just by thinking of opening the hatch. I have
Okay,
no
and then
tools for that.
okay, and then it takes you high enough for you to step inside.
Yeah, I can step inside.
Very
It's
good.
this hovering thing is suited for exactly enclose this hole I'm going into, so
Oh,
it's going up and
perfect.
fitting perfectly in there.
What it is?
Yeah.
What is it? Do you think you're working on?
The propulsion.
Okay. And
There
what?
is a lot of gadget and energy in here. There are some small structure that's pulsating with energy. There is some bigger structure that is spinning very fast. It's spinning clockwise and anti-clockwise, and also beaming a lot of energy. And I use this gadget now to check out the flow of energy, and I can see that is exactly right. And the gadget show me not digital digital numbers, but it show me by different lights, different colored lights, and I can see it's okay. So I go further back in here, and I come upon some. It's almost like It looks like a big coffin or something, or like a big container, not so high, just a couple of feet high, but long. I guess 10 meters, something like that. And there is a panel here that I can turn on, and it's giving me a holographic view of what is happening in there. But it's almost like I can check the different parts and components in this propulsion system.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm checking some. It's very strange because some of them feels very physical and real in here, and some of them almost feel like it's all made out of different energies. So I can understand it, and I know what purpose it is, and I know all this technical thing, but I also I feel it is strange because I don't understand what the energy is composed of, because it's not like light only, it's also a little bit of buzzing sound, and it's act really strange. It's act like a flash in the sky when there's a thunderstorm, but not that bright and not that intensive. It's hard to describe. But I think you can see it in front of you. If I send it to you now, I'll send it. Can you see it spiraling? Can you see it
Yes.
going back and forth? But it's all going into some other receiver on the floor. I think you can see it.
And it's going up and down, is that correct?
Yeah,
Almost like
it's
a
going
tube?
up and down, but never ever stop. So it's like the energy is constant, but it's a burst going up and down, up and down, up and down, very fast.
Is it in shaped like a tube? Or
Yeah,
like a column of energy, right?
yeah, but no enclosure, just the energy going up and down.
Yes.
So it's not inside the tube. This shape is
I
like,
mean the shape is tubular,
yeah,
that's what I mean.
yeah,
Oh, very
exactly.
interesting.
And that is distributes through all of this system in this ship, the control system, and yeah, it's almost like energy that maintain all of the function in the ship, and it can also warp space and time, so it can travel between dimensions also. But then the whole outside of the ship will take on this energy that is pulsating up and down here.
Oh, very good. So now that you've finished working on that,
Yeah, I'm going to report to other technician.
oh, very good. Let's go to where you are with the other technicians and see what type of interaction you have as you make your report.
Yeah, I'm going down on this lift again to the ground level. I'm going into a building, a dome-shaped building, and there's a lot of things going on there also. I think they're scheduling different things that has to happen in a sequence for it to work properly. It's almost like you have to do this first, and then that, and then this, and so on. And there are 5 others in here, and they're all greeting me, smiling at me, and they're talking to me telepathically.
And when you say they're smiling, does that mean that
They're
their
sending out
mouth?
a burst of love, almost like when you step in. somewhere in a new place and feel this comfortable feeling, and
Okay,
you
very
all
good.
feel very welcome and expected almost.
So
Yes.
it's more of a feeling as opposed to like their
Yes,
mouth
because
turns up and okay, very good. I was wondering.
so they don't showing off any teeth or anything. They just burst out of energy, and you feel, wow, we love when you come in here.
Oh, good, good, good. And what
And
is it?
we're talking, and I said everything is okay. So I guess it was working, but I didn't do anything.
Is
Just
it a normal maintenance check though before
yeah, I think
every
so. I'm talking to one here now, and oh, it's car I'm talking to.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, he's saying that yeah they have to transport all of these gadgets now so we can start up that. It's they're spreading a lot of technology to. They are going to not they're going into another galaxy in a way, and they are going to a planet that we are going to put this onto that planet to help them with the energy resources of any kind, and we are giving them this because they have reached this level. So now they are a part of a government. Different places and it's and they are good enough for and it's such that it can be used to make something you as you that or something. Now you will some many free and renewable sources. But this comes to I thought it's not discovered in trustworthy and like we said. I get on now. What is it then? It's started with an H. Yeah. I can't really pronounce it with my mouth.
So
It's yeah.
to be
It,
clear, are you an Arcturia?
yeah. But it was a almost try to mean God.
Understood. So these things are in that that's room so it's not a myth form, it's a mega form, is that correct?
Yes, sometimes they manifest matter to be able to. Something is matter, so they can't not transport it in energy. Then all kind of the people as a you can't even know. Several or council has decided to manifest this place under this dome as on a moon. Now it's physically on a moon, but it's rather small moon, uh, bigger than the moon that's circling around the planet Earth, but in the whole of the galaxy is rather small. So our moon or your moon is tiny compared. The concept of this almost like before one understand the perspective technology to what possibly allowed to get when they present by to copy that wish. But to do that is and include that is we are bringing back in July. Okay, except whatever places like big communities like big. No, it's mixed room. There's a space station of some sort. That is the usual place that they use. But sometimes they use from the planet to moon to harvest and harvest the resources from the so-called mother planet.
Okay.
And they're harvesting not only material but also energy out of that. We could do this on many big planets, but we used to do it on sometimes artificial places and when it's possible to use a moon in the vicinity of the mother planet because it can be very intensive if you use a big planet with all that energy flowing through it and it's radiation, different frequency of energy and different kind of energy,
We
and some are not known to mankind yet, they say.
understood. We see lots of ships flying. Our amateur astronomers see have filmed lots of ships coming on and off our moon and looking like armadas or fleets of ships coming in and out.
Yes.
What is that type of work being done on the the dark side of our moon as well, or what is that activity that's going on on that side of the moon that we can't see?
It's going on. They use your moon to sometimes some ship need to refill their energy resources, and they do that on the moon, but it's not installation in that way. And this is the armada that is surrounding your planet and your solar system to help you with this transition to a higher frequency now. So they're coming and going all the time, and they use many places in your solar system. They're using Mars, they're using Venus, they're using
You,
moons surrounding Jupiter.
so
So
you did say that they're using Mars then as well?
they they they're using it not just like
Not as a base. I understand what you're saying.
yeah, it's a petrol place almost like a gas station. They're going there to renew the energy they need to do this work they're doing now.
Okay, and where is the energy stored? Is it stored in the atmosphere? Is it stored in the ground?
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
there
Some is coming out of uh, the planet itself. They take matter from the planet and transform it into something else that they can use. So they're taking on a molecular level things from the planet. They can take water to make it to hydrogen if they need that, or oxygen if they need that. So they can manipulate all the matter and all the molecules.
understood? So the refinery action is actually taking place on the ship itself and
Yeah,
not on the
no, it's the ship almost do it itself. They land, they refuel, or whatever they need, because sometimes we need to balance to keep the equilibrium in the solar system in a right frequency. So we need sometimes to take energy from one place, put it in another place to keep that balance. Because your sun, all the solar system is expanding physically also.
no, understood.
Very, very slow, but really expanding. And you can feel that in the activity. Your planet is a little unique because you have these tectonic plates that floating on your core, melted core, that are very active on your planet. So your planet is different from many other planets that don't have this internal core of floating. Your core is mostly iron, melted iron. That's
Okay,
creating your belt of electromagnetic
magnetic
field around
fields.
your planet.
Oh, okay, very good. So, say for this particular domed structure that where this is taking place, where these materials are being harvested or refined, where you are now, is there what is the there's is there a big planet that's uh, in distance, like say for where you are right now on this dome? I'm gonna call it an asteroid for lack of a better word, or a platform that's floating in space. Is it close to a large planet?
Yes.
And on the planet, are they familiar with what's taking place? Or I don't know if it's an inhabited planet or not. Is it inhabited?
No, not it's inhabited by lower lower entities, if we can say, like animals and insects and so, but no humanoids on this planet, big planet.
Is it a third dimensional planet that you're above? I mean, that planet with the animals and insects?
It's yeah, in a way. No, not third dimension. It's fifth dimensional.
Okay. And when I say, okay, is there physicality in the fifth dimension?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense then. So all the birds and or whatever the animals and insects, they're totally aware of their connection to source. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Would that be accurate?
Yes. They are much more connected to their reality than people on your planet are for the moment. But many of you is now waking up to this and understand this.
Which is the fifth. What is the attributes of fifth dimensional living?
The attributes of fifth dimensional is more uh, a state of mind and the state of matter also, by the way, because it's shifting. As you shift into a higher frequency, your planet shifting to a higher frequency, and your planet is made of matter. So it's also uh, it's almost like you energize your planet with this frequency of energy that's coming in now, and you energize it on a molecular plane, not on a physical plane. By
Understood.
yeah, so it's on a molecular plane, and that is what this ship is going to transport is gadget to uh, balance up this now molecular changes that is taking place because of their place in this universe. And your galaxy is also going through the almost the same kind of changes, but it's different a little bit. So.
That's excellent. Has the place where this technology is being transferred to, have they already shifted into the fifth dimension, the fifth dimensional vibration?
Yes, that is why they are now allowed to get this technology.
Oh, excellent.
They
And
haven't had the same history as your planet have had, but they have also been vibrating much lower and with some kind of hostility posed up on them. But now that is cleared out and the energy field is cleansed, almost like you clean a crystal or any other matter, you can clean out the bad energy field that is low vibrating, and that is done. So now they have reached a new understanding and a new connection, and they are living in harmony as a collective, and they are also living in harmony as individual entities, and they are very different from humans on many levels, both in physical form and how they express themselves, and they are able to use uh, uh, communication in different way than you do. They don't speak. They use a lot of. They can use gadget to communicate, almost like you have your cell phones and so on. But they don't need a physical gadget to do that. And it's not directly telepathic, but in a way it is.
no, very good. You know, Ka, this for Ka, Lars looked up Ka, the word Ka, and
Yeah.
um, and I believe it was some type of God or what they perceived as God or whatever. Are you one in the same that same Ka?
It says I'm the same you talked to before, yes. I'm
Okay,
the same energy before, yes.
so but Lars actually looked up the words at the name Ka afterwards on our
Yes.
internet, and he found an entity called Ka. Are you that same entity?
I'm the same energy, yes.
Oh, very good. And
But
so,
not in a manifested form.
oh,
But I'm still the same original soul
oh, very good.
or
And
a part of your personality, yes.
so, was there a Ka aspect of itself that had manifest or paid a visit to Earth in our
Yes.
linear past?
Yes.
And then, what is the purpose even now? Is Ka? Are you responsible for guiding Lars in this session to this particular place?
No, we just divide up the chores between us in the best way for everyone. So there is no boss or anything. I'm just the one that putting all of the knowledge together in a database.
Okay, so basically what I mean is, uh, like today, Lars and I are doing this session. Are you familiar with what we're doing?
Sure, that's why
Oh,
I'm sure.
okay, and that's what I just asked. So what I'm asking you is, he ended up there where you are. So,
Yeah. I've
what
been
is there a
manifested
reason?
on your planet several times to get the understanding what's going on almost. To be able to do this work I'm doing here today, and also to work with different communities and societies for changes into a better place. So I was manifested in your ancient time on your planet, and that was something I decided to do. And I was a high-ranked member of the society in your ancient place of Egypt and Greece, I think you call it, and Turkey and that area on your planet, but it was looking different than it's now. It's not was not that exploited or or yeah, it was more simpler life you lived in.
Understood. Was Hank or Lars manifest at that time on the planet while you were engaged?
Yes, you were.
Both of us?
Yes, you were.
Okay. And what capacity? Do you mind sharing?
You, as usual, as a teacher and a healer. Lars, as usual, on more emotional level to help people get out of suffering and depression and suppression.
Oh, understood. And so, all right, and then so I understand that I think we've already connected that way before.
Yeah.
And so, the reason why you're showing him this particular place and this what's taking place today is,
We're showing this for you to understand what is going to happen for you in the future.
oh, very good.
So we want to relate back to this, how it's happening, and the most thing is why it's happening. And of course, it's one reason is to stop the explorating on your planet's resources, where you're digging out all of the material on your own planet by mining and so on, and that is not good for your planet because you're tampering with the equilibrium or the state of your planet by doing that. It's like you're cutting a bit of flesh out of your body. It's not good.
Understood. And uh, very good. And what is the state of? Okay, no. Here's the first question. Here's the first question. I'm just curious. Um, when you arrive at that particular planet that you're taking this material to, where you are right now in that expression, uh, how will they receive it? Will they receive it in that particular ship? Will the ship come down to the planet? Will it land? Will they be
Yes.
able? Okay.
Yes, it going in a manifest form, in a physical form, and they are prepared through their councils on this planet. They have councils because there is not some kind of anarchy on this planet. It's done in council that are put together by all of the inhabitants on the planet, and the focus is, of course, the best for the collective and also the best for every individual's well-being and future. So they are aware that we are coming with this. They are noticed about this coming. As you will be in due time on your planet also, we will be coming down, talk to the masses, but then you need to get rid of a lot of low vibration energy still lingering on your planet. But it's happening now. You get a lot of support from many places, many different entities, and many different form of energies from a very high or everything is resonating out of the source from the beginning, of course,
No, very
as
good.
everything does. But then it's almost uh, put down in some kind of chain, but not in the way that you have to do this. You are not forced to do it. It's just out of voluntary work. They want this universe to be the best universe ever, and that is what's going on now.
Uh, Creating the next highest version of our next highest vision.
Exactly. We all want, all entity want peace, harmony, and happiness, but we can perceive that different, of course.
Yes.
What is love for you is not love for your neighbor. It's just how you perceive it. But it's have to resonate out of the planet you inhabit, where the ground vibration come to you. But you also have to understand that you putting your vibration back into the planet, and that can hurt it, or that can slowing down the process that is going on. That's why we, time after time, beg you to reconnect to your planet in a way, in a loving state of mind. Not think, what can I get out of this? What can I benefit from? You have to lose that mental state, but still many of you are holding on to that low vibration.
Very good. And I have two. I have a question about the dome and about the station, this harbor. But first, I'll ask the before we Lars and I had before we decided to, or before we began this session, we were having a heated conversation. Not so much heated, but an intense conversation. Are you familiar with the conversation we were having?
Yeah, we
And
were a part of it.
okay, and in that particular conversation, uh, like I said, it was an intense conversation. How does that feel? How was the energy of that conversation felt on your level?
We felt it came somewhat out of an ego and desire to defend, and somewhat out of that you are really into this different matter because you as a manifested human need to make sense of some things in your mind or in your brain. And that is necessary for you, and we are aware of that. So we can say that the energy we brought to you was smile when we heard you talking, when we know your intention behind it, because you almost talk exactly on the same topic, but you have different angles. But it's ending up, and the purpose in the bottom of this is the same. And you are not always aware of this, but sometimes you are aware of it. So therefore you can let it go, and it will not affect you anymore in any way. So
Well, my thought is, what I'm asking is, does the energy feel negative? Does it feel, do you
no,
know
no,
what I'm
no, no.
saying?
It's just
Okay,
an
I didn't.
other energy. It's nothing negative in there,
Okay,
because the purpose and the path you're walking is on the right track. You're on the right direction in your walking on that path you have done. So this is just a part of that. So it's nothing negative. It's almost, it's more positive for you when this happening than negative. So we don't perceive it as negative because there is no hatred, there is no wishes of doing harm. So that cannot be negative.
absolutely. So and then okay, so and then here is just feeding off of that. Throughout all of my existences, or a majority of them, I keep hearing about being a teacher, um,
As you
about
still
being
are.
yeah, and what is my specialty? What is the specialty of this, of what am I teaching?
You are very good in receiving different kind of messages putting out in your reality and also in a higher frequency and put it into some information that makes sense for the humanity and also in a higher level also. And you're spreading that around you like a message, like you do a lot of writings in poems, but the poems are very potent and have got a lot of good information in them. So that is good that people can tap into that. You're doing this kind of session with Lars and other entities, and there is a lot of good information in that. And of course, not is exactly right all the time. It cannot be because the time does not exist and it changes all the time. So the reality you perceive now is not the reality you perceive now. It's changing all the time. So, but the messages has potent both what you do and what Lars do and many other light being is working with for the moment.
Excellent. I understand that. I really understand that more than I don't know. You probably know how much I understand that. But I always, that's why I like this, the barrage of
We
things
know
that
you
came.
understand that. Otherwise, you couldn't do this work.
Okay, okay. And so okay, that was really good, and I appreciate that. I want to get back to the station where this is taking place. Say, for instance, when the Earth receives this particular type of assistance with the technology, like what you're getting, what you're sending to this other planet or this other place, will it come from the exact same place there where it's being refined, or will it
No,
be from
no,
somewhere
no.
closer to the Earth?
There are thousands of this kind of harbors uh, all through the universe. So it's not necessarily to come from this place, this on this dome. It can be from a totally different place in your universe and from a different level in your universe. It's a little hard to explain, but if you understand that if you are in seventh or eighth or ninth dimension, you manifest in different ways and you also manifest matter in a different way, but it's ending up being the same thing. But it's there are thousands of these kind of places all through your universe, and this kind of places is also in your galaxy you call Milky Way. There is also several of these uh, places in your galaxy.
I'm really happy that, Kyle, that you recognize our perception of being third dimensional and the way that I ask questions. I really like to make sure that when I'm asking questions, that everyone who's listening to it, the person who's well versed on this and who knows way beyond this, and then the person who knows absolutely nothing and hears it for the first time, so at least it makes sense to as from their perception, and I appreciate that tremendously. And thank
That
you.
is your purpose, that is Lars' purpose, our instrument here, and we want to make it as easy for you to understand because it's so very important that you do this work to be able to aid yourself as a human species and also to aid your planet and your area in your galaxy. It's very, very, very important that people understand that this is not a joke, this is not a lie, this is something very real. And we know that you have your focus on that. And we're also happy to be able to come into to your reality to explain these things. And still we know that many will not understand a word what we're saying, but they are not really there yet. Still have some work to do as a manifested being on your planet in their path, in their contracts, but they will come there, and it's going faster and faster and faster for every week, every month, every year that's passing in your timeline.
Excellent. I am to the for us to know. that we have higher vibrational entities, aspects of ourselves throughout the universe that have our best interest in mind and are here to assist and are making plans, part of the divine plan to bring us to where we would desire to go out of the low density and low of vibrational signatures that we're carrying right now is amazing. So thank you, thank you, thank you from all of us. So
We would like to clarify a couple of things for you
please,
to be able to understand. You, as a manifestation on your planet, has a divine plan, of course, and has been able to tap into a higher understanding than we can say average man on your planet.
who's
And everyone is now getting there. You have to understand that you have not full connection back, either as a light being, you have the ability to do it, and you will do it in due time. But you still have a lot to learn also, and you are aware of that. So everyone that is resonating and listening to this need to use their own judgment for this kind of messages. There is messages surrounding you, and in this timeline you have a lot of resources to spread messages. One is to your media, and one is to your internet, yes. And it's getting very fast, but not it's all messages. It's made out of the mindset of doing it for the good of mankind, or for the good for the collective. You have to be aware of that and be very open-minded, and please use your intuition and not just follow everything that is coming, because there are still powers that want to hold you down in a lower vibration. There is purpose behind that, and we can go into that later, but the purpose is not for the best of the collective. And some of them spreading this message are not even aware of that. What they're doing is not so good. And we are waking them up now. Also, we're helping them, assisting them to heal back to their real soul purpose and path. It can take some time, and there is a lot of you on your planet that clinging on to a lower vibration, and it's almost 99.99% resonating out of fear for changes, because many of you, and that is a part of being a human, and your survival, your feeling of I need to survive, that in the end it's resonating back to your fear of die, and that's holding you on, and that is what's going to make you die. And